Hello everybody, and today we're going to be discussing problem 24 of the AMC Age of 2024. Jean has made a piece of stained glass art in the shape of two mountains, as shown in the figure below. One mountain peak is 8 feet high, while the other peak is 12 feet high. Each peak forms a 90-degree angle, and the straight sides form a 45-degree angle with the ground. The artwork has an area of 183 square feet. The sides of the mountain meet at an intersection point near the center of the artwork, h feet off the ground. What's the value of h? So, the first thing that you need to do here is we notice that the angles is 45 degrees. That's very important. That plays a very crucial part in our solution. Next, we extend each mountain we extend each mountain all the way, and we know that this would be 45 degrees, and this would also be 45 degrees. So since the angles are equal, that means that if we cut a line through here, we would know that if we cut a line through the middle of the triangle, the two side lengths would all be the same. So now, let's just call that A. And then, now what we can do is we just need a little background knowledge here. Since this is a 45-degree angle, we just have to take this and just take this line. Whoops again. So we just have to take this line and then stretch it a little to fit here. And then we just multiply it by the square root of 2. So now what we can do is do the same with the smaller line. So just stretch it, and then 8 root 2. So now we can also figure out that the ratio of one of these half triangles, like one of these smaller triangles, the ratios of the sides are 1 to 1 to the square root of 2. So that means to find this side, that means to find A, we need to divide 12 root 2 by root 2. So that means that A would be equal to 12. And that means our big mountain would be equal to 12 times 12, which would be 144. So large mountain is equal to 144. So we could basically just deduce that using just the height of the triangle, we can figure out the entire area. So therefore, the smaller mountain would be equal to 8 times 8, which would be 64. So now we just need to figure out how to get rid of the overlap. We know that the total of these two without the overlap would be 183 square feet. And all we have to do is we know that 144 plus 64 minus the overlap, because h would be the height of this really tiny triangle. So that would be equal to 183. So all we have to do is just do 144 plus 64 minus 183. And we get 208 minus 183. And that would be equal to 25. So that means h squared is equal to 25. And therefore h would be equal to 5. And that is our final answer, and that would be B. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.